At least 237 Kenyans have been killed by floods since the onset of the rainy season in April, with more than 160,000 families being displaced in the same period. Devolution Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa says the situation is likely to worsen in the coming weeks as the rains are expected to continue until early June. Already, the government has used 1.2 billion shillings to aid flood victims, with an additional 2.5 billion shillings required to cushion the affected in 33 counties until early July. Let's get more from our very own Elphas Lagat.
From above, the extent of the damage by flood waters is clearer. Same script of misery in every rainy season. Mudslides and landslides, loss of lives and destruction of property. Unfortunately, it is almost certain that thousands of families, as is currently the case in 33 counties, ravaged by floods.
Flooding situation in the country continues to worsen as the rains continue. As our experts have projected, these rains will go into June.
But what has aggravated the flood crisis? These past 2 months alone, 237 people dead and a staggering 160,000 households displaced as several houses and roads have been swept away by the deluge.
Budalangi, it is true the dikes which have been there in terms of response have actually not been permanent, and that is why currently they've been washed off.
We have cleared off forest from escarpments, hilltops, and also from the slopes, really aggravating the effects and consequences of heavy rainfall.
Masinga is 1058 meters above the sea level. When we were here last week, it was 1057.86. So you can see the water levels are still high. Therefore, we still appeal to the people who are close to River Tana that they need to move to the safety areas so that their lives are not endangered.
Authorities estimate that by end of June, close to 200,000 households will have borne the brunt of floods. The situation on the ground not getting any better. These residents of Salabani in Ilchamus Ward, Baringa County, are attempting to salvage what remains after flood waters raided 600 homes in the area in the past 48 hours.
Mbuzi na manyumba tungoe ndani ya bahari. Kwa hivyo hata watu wagonjwa hakuna namna, hata hakuna nafasi wa kutoa hiyo watu aende hospitali.
The flood crisis in Nyando and Budalangi raising the controversy of dikes that were poorly built with embankments of soil. The end result, the two regions now account for 100,000 families displaced after River Nzoia and Nyando washed away the feeble dikes. Devolution CS Eugene Wamalwa told Citizen TV that government has already used 1.2 billion shillings to provide food and non-food items to affected families. An additional 2.5 billion, he says, is needed to cushion the vulnerable flood victims until early July. While it is important for Kenyans living in flood-prone areas to exercise caution, the buck stops with authorities who have the necessary data to implement long-term solutions to the flood menace. Elphas Lagat, Citizen TV, Nairobi.